Welcome to the Adam Friedland Show podcast. Guest this week, Joe Mande. Thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
First person with 1 million followers on Twitter. Is that true?
That's the first person to openly buy them, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. There were people with millions already.
Oh,
Where do you buy them from? Like Indonesia or something?
Well, there was like Fiverr, and then one of my Fiverr guys was like, if we go off the website, I can hook you up. And he was just like a guy in Moldova who was just, for like a couple $100, was just giving me hundreds of thousands of followers.
That's so sweet.
And I don't know what's up with Moldova, but I don't think I was like funding.
Isn't that the
something
worst country? Didn't Radu say that's like statistically the worst one?
That's some Eastern European beef that I don't want no part of. Where is he from? Romania?
He's Romanian.
That's worse, probably.
Yeah, I wonder how he feels about Nosferatu.
He's mad at Moldova? I don't
it.
care at all about that.
They had real Romanians in Nosferatu.
They did?
Yeah.
Really?
Not the robot. The robot's played by Bill Skarsgård.
Did you watch it?
What? Yeah, I just saw it last night.
Yeah,
Was it good?
It was good. Yeah.
It looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Wicked, but I don't. Everything else people are excited to see. I don't want to see it.
That's why I said I'm gonna get into Game of Thrones. Now it's safe. I can watch it by myself. now.
You're waiting for it to not be part of like the discourse.
2025, I get into Game of Thrones and AOL Instant Messenger.
I wish, man. That was a dark day for me when I lost my instant messenger profile. It just
What do you mean? It got taken away from you?
It just like my password.
By Chris Hansen?
Yeah, yeah, I know. I couldn't get into the message boards. I needed to the chat rooms. They just my password no longer worked. And there was like no. They're like, what was your email in 1998? It's
Who
like,
are you talking to on there?
Like I guess it was just like the
other guys in ISIS?
yeah,
You're like
exactly.
planning out van attacks?
And, between that and the time zones, it was impossible to keep up with that.
I had my name at Mac.com
Mm-hmm.
back when they launched. I bought the Apple, just my name at Mac.com, and I lost the login information for it. And like once every 2 years, I'd be like, maybe there's a way.
Mm-hmm.
And there isn't.
No,
and it drives me fucking insane every time.
Exact same thing.
You didn't even have a phone.
And you can't
at the
even get
time.
Mac.com. You can't get
Really?
those
That's
emails
no
anymore.
longer
No, it's
exists.
iCloud. You have to have an
Right,
iCloud.
right.
And you get that for
Right.
free when you buy the phone.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I remember getting really excited for Gmail. Like
I
my
did
friend,
too,
yeah.
It was like invite only, right?
It was invite only.
Yeah.
I got an invite from my friend for the beta.
Mm-hmm.
Who has that story about Snoop Dogg at gmail.com?
Moshe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Well, he
was
would do
that?
it as a bit. He would do on stage. Moshe
Oh,
would do
okay.
Yeah.
about like meeting Snoop Dogg, and he'd like he'd connect, and we get his email, and he's like, "Can I get your email?"
Right.
And Snoop Dogg's like, "It's busy," so he's like, "Yeah, it's Snoop Dogg at Gmail."
It is really crazy that how many really famous people.
But it's actually about a different celebrity. That's not Snoop Dogg's.
Oh, okay.
He changed it to Snoop
changed
Dogg,
it.
but the actual celebrity and
protect
the
the
real story is just as funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Was it?
his email is
Leave that in.
and Moshe met him and he goes, "Yeah, it's
It's nice emotion to
Yeah.
just come up with a different rapper.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now we exposed him. I went to a funeral. It was for my friend's brother last year. It was really sad, but my friend had to like get into his email because he needed to find some stuff for like, and so he like guessed the password. He finally got in, and he found an email. His brother sent an email to Steve Jobs to sjobs@mac.com. And he's like, "Mr. Jobs, my name is Toby. I'm a law student in New York City. I think you are spending too much money litigating like copyright law and not enough on research and development. Like, anyway, have a nice day, Mr. Jobs." And Steve Jobs responded.
No
yeah. And
way.
he was like, yeah, you sound like,
responded like this.
yeah. He was drinking a smoothie while dying.
Yeah, he was getting a kale enema.
He was drinking green juice to cure his cancer.
Dumbass.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, you sound like a law student. Like, thanks for your advice, but you're absolutely 100% incorrect.
Hell
and like, yeah, you
Go
don't
right
know.
at the hate.
You don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah." So Steve Jobs went into the comments basically.
That's cool.
But I guess he guessed Steve Jobs' email, and my friend read it during the eulogy, and it was really nice. Like, people were crying, and then they laughed a bit.
How are they doing? That was an awful story.
Really sad.
The way his
They're
friend's
good.
brother died.
Yeah, that was they're. I mean, they're good. The kids are good. No.
Oh,
So
good.
we should probably. I don't know.
You brought it up. I don't.
You
brought it up to make fun of him for sending an email.
It's a funny story.
Oh, okay.
His pager exploded.
Yeah, he was in Hezbollah.
Well, he had a seizure while driving.
They don't know.
And he crashed into Gaza.
They don't know. No, he crashed into
He drove through all of Gaza.
He crashed into the Puerto Rican Day Parade and then kept driving and then went through Pride Month Parade.
Oof, that's a rough
Which
day.
is the same. You know, it's the same time.
Yeah.
I love that scheduling issue.
So you're in LA. Are you like
Yeah.
the wildfires? Are you like demanding respect for that?
Yeah.
I definitely used it last night to gain sympathy
With New York firefighters? You got a good group of
with
New York tough
crowd
fi-
in Washington D.C.
Oh,
just to be
okay.
like, that joke didn't work.
I
but
keep
remember
I get like the updates on my phone or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, Billy Crystal's house. He lost his house."
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no way I'm ever gonna care about that.
Right.
He's like running out of his house covered in soot. And
I
he's
can't
doing the
imagine
jazz
there's
man.
anything in Billy Crystal's house. It's like a glass
Clippers
coffee table,
memorabilia. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
marble, just a
Yeah.
bunch of marble, and he's bound to slip in there and split his fucking head
Yeah.
open at some point.
I just before I came in here, I saw a thing that Melissa Rivers had heroically saved Joan Rivers' Emmy Award from a fire.
Oh my
Nice.
God.
So
That's nice. That's beautiful.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys missed it, but I said he ran out of the
It'd be
house
cool if it was
covered in
burned
soot.
into her palm. That's the globe
All
one,
right.
right?
Huh?
It's burned into her palm like
Yeah.
the Nazi. And
That was better.
Indiana Jones. That's it. That's the movie.
Yeah. His house is okay or no?
No, that's the movie where
I
the
know.
guy burns.
I know.
I don't know.
Do you have any friends whose houses are okay, but they're richer than you? So you're like a little bit like, oh, I'm sorry, but you're richer than me.
No, a horrible thing of being slightly more successful than a friend whose house burned down.
Oh,
that
that's
happened to me.
that
yesterday.
you must feel
Yeah,
terrible.
I
You're a
feel
bad
awful.
person. You're
I
actually
know.
you're just a bad person.
I offered to burn my house down in support.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't think like people are gonna care that much in the rest of America. You see people on Twitter
no
being
one's
like,
really
it's not
making
all
jokes.
rich people that live in LA, but it's like
It's
you're
the
not
hills.
gonna convince them now that it's not.
I know it is.
In their minds, it's fucking Dan Schneider boiling like a frog in his foot
Yeah.
pool.
right.
You know,
Chet's
that's all
Chet's
that's
posting
happening.
"Pray for the Palisades" a lot these days. I texted him. I was like,
Okay.
thinking of
Yeah.
you.
Is that where he's at?
That's
Yeah,
where I think his family
he's-
is.
Oh,
No,
okay.
he's in Nashville now. He's a country star.
Oh,
Country star. He's a actor in a show I worked on.
interesting.
earlier.
Maybe they should
Atlanta?
look into.
No.
Oh, the reality.
basketball show.
They should look into
Really?
what
Yeah.
Chet was
Oh, he
doing
was
before
telling
he
me about
left
that.
for Nashville.
Exactly. Yeah. He left
You know?
his stove on.
He was
said
doing
it-
pyro
Yeah, he said
stuff.
it's
bad
getting a
boy
little
stuff.
hot here in LA. I might head to Nashville. And that's his big surprise.
His music is beautiful.
It's
Have I played
it's
it for
on-
you?
I
His new
watched
country
that.
music.
His country music is stunning.
Yeah, but even like he did one of his songs on.
Yeah,
when
but I
Adam
made
talked
it
to him.
bad.
Well,
Don't-
whatever. But I mean, it's like for just sitting here with these shitty microphones, I can't even get through a sentence.
Right.
And then I mean, it's really impressive. It's funny because it's like I mean, he's Tom Hanks' son.
Yeah.
It's like of course he's like
Yeah.
talented.
Well,
I mean,
I would say more talented actually.
Yeah.
At least
does
in-
Tom Hanks sing? I'm
his
confusing. I'm
mom
like
sings.
combining him and Lyle Lovett in my mind into one guy.
It's the same.
that happens.
Yeah.
You know, that does happen.
It's the classic.
Yeah, I'm
mix
thinking
up.
of Lyle Lovett.
Yeah,
and I'm
Osama bin
imagining-
Laden, Scottie Pippen, hard.
Yeah.
Lyle Lovett, Tom
They're all the
Hanks.
same guys. Scottie Pippen.
Ringo Starr,
Lyle Lovett.
Ringo Starr, Yasser Arafat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all the classic.
I found out last night that there's a DC councilman whose name is Magic Jordan. I was like, I love it, man. Of course he won the election. That's the coolest.
That's his Christian name.
well, it's like something. His middle name legit is
He
Magic.
changed it to legit.
Yeah, Magic Jordan.
That's so sick.
That's like
I
a
think his
name
first
you
name's
give the
LeBron,
police.
actually.
You know
that's
what
like
I mean?
that's like what a white
It's
person.
like a
that does-
12-year-old gives a name
Yeah.
to the police because they're trying weed.
Right.
They get caught.
You're like you create a player on NBA 2K.
Yeah.
That's like
Magic Jordan.
what a nerd says in school. Yeah, and you're like,
Right, trying to fit in.
yeah. So Magic Jordan was what's
Yeah.
going on with him?
Playing sports ball.
You don't like sports. That's so funny. Yeah, DC. Well, they also had a mayor named Bowser, Mariel Bowser, for
Mario Bowser.
Mario Bowser. What a great place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a mayor who smoked crack. Our mayor right now, I hope 1,000 years, Eric Adams. The more I find out about what he did, he's
I don't really think he did anything wrong.
He has 8 phones on him at all time for crime. Like, yeah,
maybe he just likes phones. Is that bad?
No,
there's a lot of new expensive phones.
Yeah. I mean, the
getting
the tickets to Turkey, I don't care about.
He's the mayor of New York, so no matter what, conservatives are going to be mad at him on the internet.
Everyone's going to be mad.
And when the corruption stuff came out, they're like, "Oh, he was taking kickbacks."
What was the corruption?
The corruption stuff is he was getting like free business upgrades on flights to Turkey. It's like
there were campaign fundraisers were.
I don't care. It's not.
I don't care either. I support this man no matter what. Like, he brought swagger back.
All the like what is it called? Graft. It's a graft that gets like prosecuted is always the ones where it's like, this is fine to me. Like when Paul Manafort got busted for tax evasion because he bought his wife like a big coat.
Yeah,
I'm like, let him write it's a coat.
He said it was a business expense.
Yeah, that's fine. Like when it's
like that's scary because it's like that. Oh yeah,
when it's like Biden doing like kickback renovations on his house, that's where it's fucked up. But if it's like a big stupid coat for your stupid wife,
yeah,
I don't have a problem with that. Like Menendez getting gold bars from Egyptians. Let him have the gold bars. You know what I mean?
Right.
When it's like, oh, like 15% of my offshore drilling that's bad. That stuff they never go
like
after
putting
that.
my crackhead son on
a golden top hat
on an
from
energy
the Prince
board
of Austria.
for an Uzbek oil company. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
What's Hunter up to?
I don't know.
Is he at an agency? How do we get in touch? Is he CAA?
I think he's an agent.
He's on Cameo, I think.
How
he's managing. Can we get Hunter? If you're out there, clip this.
He's a man. He manages
put it out.
Joel Kim Booster, I think.
He's Joel's.
Yeah, it's his only client. I'm pretty sure.
He's getting into the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he wants to be, but he doesn't want to be on camera.
No.
He just gets all his clients to do full frontal nudity.
His one client.
Yeah. He runs like a Euphoria style agency. Yeah. Oh man, that's so funny. It is like that guy that made Euphoria really pulled it off. I'm going to make a show.
You know
where
what's
every
really
girl
good
shows
that I
her
hadn't had until this holiday season? C's candies.
From the mall.
Oh, from the mall.
I always was under the impression that was like taffy, like saltwater taffy, which I love the packaging of, but I hate as an actual candy.
It's just chocolate, right?
It's chocolate and it's really fucking good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Did you have Ethel M's?
Ethel? No.
No, that was, I guess.
I know Whitman Sampler and now C's.
Whitman's is for grandmas.
I guess.
Yeah. That's a grandma candy. I was just in Mexico. And
when were you in Mexico?
Over New Year's. You know that.
I had no idea you were in Mexico.
I went to Mexico City, dude.
I was just listening to the events. I wasn't thinking about like in a location.
That's sweet. That's nice of you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I kind of like. Well, I'm not gonna elaborate, but that's very nice of Nick.
I had no idea you were in Mexico City.
I was in Mexico City, and it's really like the manic pixies we send down there, like in with respect to like the guys that come here, like get like, I guess, brought up here by coyotes and shot by rednecks, and then they do like they clean poop and stuff, and they never complain. And we are sending some of the worst women, like we're sending like the said no one ever. Like
interesting.
Yeah,
do they
yeah,
live
because
there
that's
now,
normal.
or just like
yeah,
tourists?
they all live there, and they're all like Emily in Paris there.
Oh, cool.
And it's just like, but like every time I met like an American there, it was like, yeah, out of respect for the guys that they're sending up here, it's just the contrast is insane to me.
Right. We need to start taking them out.
Well, I mean, we need to start like actually. It's so mean that like the conservatives are mad at like the nicest guys in America.
For sure, yeah.
They bring us DoorDash in 4 seconds anytime we want anything.
I love their outfits. When they show up on the bike and they have those gloves that are like the
part of the bike.
Yeah, it should have the name of a team on it. I mean, it's so big.
They're so
it's like this
it's
giant
crazy.
glove.
I was driving
while
it was raining like a couple weeks ago, and those guys were like zooming over the Manhattan Bridge. definitely like 35 of them die a day.
God.
It's so scary what they're doing, and like and
everyone get robbed and murdered too for their bikes.
You think so?
Yeah, there was a big they shut down like Times Square or something like 3 or 4 years ago, demanding, that the police stop the murders.
And the cops aren't investigating.
I think they're doing what they do with anything else here.
Do they still do ghost bikes?
What are those?
Those like memorials where it's like a white.
Yeah, they still have them around, but I think they might be the ones that have always been there.
Bike hipster culture kind of isn't.
I've always
thing.
hated that. That's always like because it's like I would never want to be known as a cyclist.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Forever.
I ride a bike occasionally, and if I were to get hit on. Because Kenny DeForest died, a year and a half ago.
I haven't been on a bike since.
And then there was people on Twitter. I saw them start the bike community was like one of us.
Oh,
it's
wow.
I know.
Dude, I know.
I don't think so.
I don't know if I've said this on the show, not to get too morbid, to bring up my second death on the show, but this guy I know was riding a bike, got hit by a garbage truck in Sunset Park, and he died. And in the news, it said, Jewish cyclist.
That's what I mean.
Jewish cyclist died.
Can you imagine that? And he's like,
why do they say Jewish?
My name's Ben. My name's Ben. I'm a chef.
Jewish cyclist sounds like an Oscar bait movie.
When I saw that, I'm like, come on. Imagine dying in that. That's crazy. I feel it was really sad. And then
that's a dreadful thought to see. Like, what's the worst way, like 2-word combination to be remembered as?
Jewish Jewish anything. I did like a Jewish podcast.
The
in
one
December.
to make
not
dad
this
happy.
One, a different one.
Yeah, because my dad likes it. I did it only because my dad likes it.
That's crazy to be 72 and listening to podcasts.
Yeah, what's your dad doing?
My dad called me yesterday. He's like, "Have you heard of a comedian, Ari Shafir?" And I was like, "Yeah, Dad." He's like, "I heard him on a podcast that I like." And I was like, he was like, "He really, what he said about Kobe Bryant is disgusting."
Oh, wow.
My dad's like now getting into that.
I thought it was like he wanted you to go on protect our parks.
No, he was telling me that he was disappointed with what Ari said about Kobe. But I went on this Jewish podcast. I asked them to not post it, and they were like, post it, and they said, "Sorry, we didn't see this message." They fortunately did cut out the part where the guy.
This is so funny because that's what you would do. I didn't see.
Yeah,
this.
it's a
right.
Yeah.
Well, in Jewish culture, in Jewish podcast culture, you have to ask them not to post 3 times before.
Yeah. You have to. Like conversion. What is
this?
This
one's mine.
But I didn't bring one today.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, bro.
It's the mini.
No, okay. But anyway, I asked them not to post it, but they did cut out the part where the guy was like, "And to all of our enemies, no matter where they are, as they hide from us in their holes, we will destroy them." And I was like, I don't want to talk about this right now. It like started off like really light, and it got there in like 20 minutes, and I was like, I just don't want to talk about this right now.
I was obsessed with a Queen's public access show when I lived here called Judaism the Series.
Oh God!
And it was just a rabbi screaming into the camera for half an hour, and it was wonderful.
Where can you even get public access anymore?
I don't know. I mean,
New York
it's
One.
still
right?
on there. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if that show's still on, because it's a series, a long series, I would imagine.
You ever see the show Black Men Revealed?
It was, I think, DC.
No, it wasn't. It was like, I think they filmed it in L.A., but it was on like I saw it at my cousin's house the first time, and I think it was on a channel called TV One.
Oh yeah, TV One. That's owned by Byron Allen.
Yeah. So there was a show on that called Black Men Revealed that was one of the best things I've ever seen.
What were they revealing?
I just like what kind of pubic hair they like.
What's that? You told me that.
Like how loud black women are. I mean, it was like
it
was like Sam Hyde came up with it. It was it was really funny.
What kind of pubic hair do they like?
Au naturel is the exact words the guy said.
Right.
Yeah. French.
Yeah.
Au
naturel.
A la mode. All right, guys, I want to talk to you about having better sex with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets. Joe loves it.
I love it.
He loves the taste. He loves the feeling. These erection enhancing is a funny term. Tablets help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer lasting erections for sexual activities. Blue Chew is putting its money where its mouth is and offering you a free month, guys. So the process is simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com. You consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. Guys, that means that it's sent to you in unmarked packaging. You don't have to wait in line at the what do you call it, the pharmacy. You don't have to talk to a doctor about your penis. You talk to a lady on Zoom about your penis.
A hot lady.
Which is she's hot. And you respect, okay? Be respectful, boys. I'm not telling you and whoever. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead and be ready whenever the opportunity arises. The best part, it's all done online. Does it work, Nick?
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, Nick's been mistaken for a soldier with that full salute.
It's true.
Elon's
people said, "Are you?
I've never read
John
this copy.
Cena's the Marine."
I've never read this copy.
Your dick is stealing valor.
I've always skipped this copy, and it's insane. Elon's shooting you to Mars with that pocket rocket. Guys, you won't stop until Blue Chew will not stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house. That's the mission. Does it work, buddy? Find out for yourself with 1 month free. You could be missing out on the best sex of your life.
That's the important part. 1 month free. You have nothing to lose.
All you have to do is pay the shipping. They say there's nothing sexier than confidence, and Blue Chew can help you give you the confidence.
And nothing says confidence like getting
where
discreet
it counts.
Packages sent to your house.
Being afraid to go to the pharmacy.
Having to slink down to the mailbox. Yeah, you want real confidence, you go into the CVS with a megaphone, and from the door you say, "I need Viagra, my dick doesn't work."
Yeah.
If any of the middle-aged Dominican ladies in the pharmacy want to meet me, and wherever the dumpsters are,
Mari Soul, my penis does not work. Guys, we got a special deal for our listeners. You try your first month free, okay, of Blue Chew. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. We thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. That's BlueChew.com. And guys, it doesn't say promo code, but I'm assuming it's promo code TAFS. Guys, check it out. It changes your life. Girls love it. Okay. And we're back. And to all of our enemies as they hide in their holes and shiver.
You think there's like a guy in Hamas who's like, "This is my favorite podcast," and he hears that and he's like, "What?
What the fuck?" Yeah,
what?
the guys act.
I'm canceling my Patreon subscription to the Jewish podcast.
The guys act is like it's like
someone hand me the Starlink. I need to cancel. I need to cancel my Patreon subscription to the Jewish Hour.
Yeah, his catchphrase.
Wait, what is the name of the podcast? Can you say?
It's this guy Modi.
Oh, right.
Yeah. His act is like Comic View, but for Jewish people, it's like, so Sephardic
He's like
people.
the Jewish Sebastian.
Everyone's parents like it.
Yeah.
They're like, so Sephardic people be driving like this, but Ashkenazi people be driving like
crushes.
that. Yeah, and he crushes. Yeah, he sings Hatikva in the
Sebastian was in that top 5 list of tours last year. I didn't realize there was that many Italian people in America.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also has perspective on parenting and stuff like that.
And
other
like
people can relate to.
I don't know. I mean, I was under the impression that he just brings out the Italians. Like he was like the white
like
ethnic.
He's Joe Coy for
kind of, yeah.
For what is it, bald people, right?
Filipinos, yeah. Or are they because Filipino means
Pinoys.
guy, and then Pinoy means guy also.
Oh,
really?
Pine is girl.
Pines.
You would think it would be vaginoid,
Yeah.
but it's Pine.
yes.
And then Filipina is the girl one.
Brandon was telling me
And
that
it's spelled with an F.
Filipino. Yes, it is, but the country is PH.
Yeah.
Very confusing. What the hell? Brandon was telling me, because Brandon played his son in a movie, that Joe Pera told him to show up just fully bald, like on the first day.
Yeah, that would be a strong move. Yeah.
Hilarious. I watched that movie on a plane.
Yeah.
Easter Sunday.
Didn't he play like a 16-year-old or something?
Brandon played like a 16-year-old, and he be acting 14.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my man, immature.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about this election we got?
With the upcoming one?
It's upcoming. We got Trump versus Kamala. What is Kamala doing right now?
She's chilling. She's just inducting people into the
We got to get her in here.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
They gave Soros the Medal of Honor.
Was that whole lineup of medal winners was incredible.
Who'd they give it to?
It was like Denzel Washington,
Of course.
Bono.
He's not
Chelsea,
even American.
Don't
Hillary
you have
Clinton.
to like use a machine gun in World War II to get the Medal of Honor?
No, they give it to like
No.
Bob Dylan and stuff.
Presidential Medal of Freedom can just be like
President, yeah, Medal of
Yeah.
Honor is for the military.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Medal
Nanette
of Freedom
got
is
one?
like
Nanette got one.
Now. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's about time.
Yeah.
she's not even an American.
It's neither is Bono.
Oh, I didn't hear Bono.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
Bono.
Denzel and I heard
And
George
Hillary Clinton
Soros.
got one. It seemed like it was
They
just
gave
like
one to
a,
Hillary Clinton.
Does George Soros have a nationality? He doesn't, right?
He's
just,
Hungarian. I think he's American.
He's like the octopus that lives over the globe.
yeah.
What?
He doesn't have a country that he belongs to.
I don't even know what he looks like. I just know his name.
He looks exactly like you'd imagine him
Yeah.
to.
People are obsessed with
Yeah.
George Soros.
If you would like everything you've heard about George Soros, now
what,
imagine
old as shit? and
imagine the
Jewish?
guy. He looks like who's that guy that owns? Who's that Greek guy that owns Gristides?
Yeah.
Katsamoutsalutsi or
I'm
whatever.
obsessed with his daughter AJ Katz. One of my favorite Instagram accounts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why, is she nuts or something?
She's nuts. She's been the like president of the Young Republican Guild for years. She's she just very, very skinny and wears like American flag bikinis.
You know who's great is Billy Joel's daughter.
Oh,
on
yeah?
Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, Nick's ex.
Oh, yeah.
The Downeaster Alexa.
We dated for about 45 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because it's like, she's Billy Joel's daughter, so she'll make music and stuff. and-
Right.
But it's fine, I mean, but then the comments are all people who have like watched her grow up.
Oh
They're
my
just like
God,
these
just, like,
like
all
Long Island mutants that are
Lyrics
like,
probably.
Yeah.
"You're so beautiful. You've always been beautiful.
You're
Your
the
work
most
is
beautiful.
beautiful. I love you, beautiful."
Really blossomed into a piano woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I check in on the Jackson kids to make sure they're okay with no parents.
Michael, like Blanket.
Paris does music now.
Blanket.
Blanket doesn't have social media.
Yeah, smart.
I just hope Blanket's okay.
Me too.
Mhm.
It was so
Was
funny.
Blanket the one that was dangled?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It really was.
It was like something that was too overwhelmingly funny for us to even process.
Yeah, we weren't ready for that.
But it was just
Yeah.
Michael Jackson is dangling a child whose face is covered in
Yeah.
like some weird like textile.
right. Well, a blanket.
A blanket.
Yeah.
And he named Blanket was really into martial arts for a while. That was his thing. I just want to make sure they're okay. Because there were a lot of like terrible things that people said about their father in the media that
All
aren't true.
untrue.
That aren't true.
Yeah.
And then his daughter, the girl he had with, is in Nosferatu.
Who's that?
Lily Rose Depp. That's Johnny Depp and Michael Jackson's daughter.
son. Yeah, daughter.
Yeah.
Daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was she? She was good.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah.
Who made it? The witch guy.
The Vavitch guy, yeah, Eggers.
Is it scary? I don't like scary movies.
The Witch is better.
Yeah.
I was saying it to Pete. It's like there's all this like to do about him remaking this movie. That's just Dracula.
It
Yeah.
is
You know,
just
it's not.
Dracula.
It's like
Yeah.
Was it Jewish
everyone's
coded?
done. We've done Dracula.
Was it
I don't
Soros
think-
coded?
Huh?
Soros coded?
No, it's just Dracula.
There's no
It's good. It's a
anti-Semitism?
good Dracula
No.
movie.
Oh, thank God.
But The Witch is better. The Witch is better than the original Nosferatu.
Yeah.
The Witch is great.
What is, I don't watch scary movies. They don't scare me. They're fake. There's no reason to watch the scary movie. You know what's scary? Dumpster scene, Mulholland Drive.
That is scary. Yeah.
It's the scariest thing I've ever seen.
I'm trying to think what's the scariest thing I've seen in a movie.
That was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
As
you
a
know in
kid,
Star Wars when they're in the trash room
That's scary.
and they're all they almost.
Yeah.
But thankfully R2D2 figures out the buttons. Every time I see that, I'm like,
you're like, oh, I forgot.
are they
going to
get out of here? Oh, good.
When I-
R2D2 figured out
When I
the
was
buttons.
when I was a kid, my parents got a sitter and they went on to dinner and they rented me Dumb and Dumber and I cried when they gave the blind kid the dead bird.
They stole a Dumb
Haley
and
Joel
Dumber.
Osment.
It
They
made me
stole
really
a Dumb
sad.
and Dumber joke in that Apple TV series about the World War II pilots.
Did you watch it? I watched it too.
Huh?
Did you watch it? I watched it.
It's too distracting.
They're
The way-
so handsome,
Wait,
those
His
Those
guys.
the fucking
They're
hair
so
is
good
nuts.
looking.
The hair is insane.
I can't get over
Austin
how
Butler
good
comes
looking.
back and like 30 of his friends have been killed. And he's like,
they crash every
30
time.
guys died already. And then he's got like fucking like teased and like perfect, you know, like he's gonna go shoot a watch ad.
And then he licks a metal pole. That's,
Yeah. Oh, the joke is like, you know, a guy spills the salt and they're like, you gotta throw the salt, and he throws the entire thing.
That's funny.
You know, and they're like, you're not supposed to throw the
Fairly
whole thing.
style.
And he's like, I'm the guy from the South. I'm the World War II guy from the South. I don't know any
I'm
better.
Buster Pilot.
In Georgia, we throw the whole salt
Dude,
because I'm from the South.
Well,
I'm laughing. It sounds good.
I said this before on the show, but I'll say it again. I don't care. But I was with like a group of people, and Austin Butler was at the same place, and every girl was like, "He's disgusting," and every guy was like, "I'm gonna hit you in the face right now."
Oh, really? Defending his
He's
honor?
hot for us.
Yeah.
He's hot to guys, but he's not girl hot. Girls like the rat fuck from the working at a restaurant show.
Ratatouille.
The rat guy from I work at a restaurant. It's so hard. I'm in what
Ratatouille.
Yeah,
No, it's
he
not
works in a restaurant.
It's like the
He's
rat.
under the hat.
It's
He
the
lives
live
under
action.
a hat. He's a
no,
rat.
it's from FX.
He's a mouse that lives under
What's
a hat.
her name? Ao Debris. Ao is in it.
Patton Oswalt.
No, it's the one with. It's the rat guy with the penis. The Calvin Klein penis
Patton
rat.
Penis Oswalt.
It's the cock rat from the restaurant show.
Do you think Patton Oswalt's penis looks like him?
I guarantee you it does. Yeah.
Oh, you seen?
Yeah.
And did he ask you to jack
It
off?
would
in a
be funny
hotel?
if he had like a Brian Posehn penis.
Right.
You know, but then Brian Posehn had a Patton Oswalt penis.
Yeah,
and that's why
their
they became
connection.
friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just click together.
Yeah. Like the hole is all wide. You know what I mean? It's like short and stubby, and it's got like a wide hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
He nuts. It just looks like a stick of gum. It comes out like an old 90s printer.
It's a solid. Yeah.
Yeah. Holes on each side.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I wonder if his house is on fire right now.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. Hopefully
Wait, what about Jay Leno's garage?
No, that's
Burbank's
safe.
fine.
It's climate controlled.
Yeah, but
There's no climate change in that garage.
if he loses all those cars, is his face okay? Didn't he fuck up his
Dude, he
face?
gets fucked up constantly.
Fucking himself up.
Somebody told me,
Renner
was that
style.
you that was like, I heard it was gambling debts?
That was a big internet rumor.
Somebody said it was
Yeah.
gambling debts, and it's like, who is Jay Leno like? He's like, I'll have the $20 next week.
Well, because
You
he
know?
doesn't he doesn't touch his late night money, so
Yeah.
he could theoretically lose.
I'll just take the ass kicking. Go ahead, beat my ass. See if I can.
I'm already dead on the
Yeah,
inside.
Jay Leno, what happened? Oh, I fell down a hill outside the Hampton Inn.
I
and
don't have a problem.
That's at old Pittsburgh.
I think Occam's razor is that all his cars are steam powered. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like he's just like blowing up. Like
He does have
Looney
steam powered
Tunes.
cars.
I know.
With
I've
some
seen
of
him
the-
driving like
Yeah.
a Studebaker.
Wait,
That's funny. He has like
through
cool,
LA.
cool cars, and then sometimes on his show, he's like, "Yeah, so this was originally owned by Donald Duck, and I bought it for $800 million.
Yeah.
And it's good. The pedals make the inflatable wheels move.
Do you think him and Seinfeld respect each other's car knowledge, or they have a rivalry?
I think they hate each other.
You think that? Yeah,
think- yeah, I
they're
think
trying
they-
to. It's like a
They're
long.
probably trying to buy the same cars all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hitting
they're.
each other.
Yeah, they probably fucking hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I've never seen Seinfeld wear denim, so think about that.
dude, I'm Team J all the way on that.
Yeah.
Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah, it does feel like it feels like Jerry Seinfeld's a rich guy that started buying cars because he's already got the watches or whatever.
Because it's
Whereas-
like a investment.
Right, Jay Leno was a car guy that became rich, and now
Yes.
he's like, well, instead of
That's-
having children, I'm gonna owe guys around town $50
For my car?
yeah, and have the biggest car collection in the world.
I'm gonna run away from the Armenian mafia.
Yeah.
in Burbank.
Uh-huh.
Jeez Louise. I hope, just shout out to everyone in LA right now. It's not a laughing matter. Joe lives there.
Yeah.
Your wife lives there.
Yeah.
You have a child or no?
We have a dog,
Dog? What kind of dog?
a pit bull. Oh hell yeah, a dog.
You
Get that.
you what? You want to see mine?
I saw a very funny looking pit bull the other day.
Who, my dog?
And no, it was on the street. It had like a Chinese grandma face. So it was like it was like judgmental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wears a mask on the subway.
Uh-huh.
I can't find it, dude.
That's fine.
It used to be my background.
Is that a thing about them? They wear a mask on the subway? I guess everybody does.
Old Chinese women. That when I lived here.
Before
yeah,
COVID.
before
you mean.
COVID.
Yeah.
And now, like, in retrospect, I'm like, oh, they were just being thoughtful. They
Yeah,
probably had a
it
cold.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I wear a mask on the subway.
of
Or
course
anywhere
not.
else for that matter.
Yeah.
Or wash my hands or do anything.
My phone background's been the same thing for 15 years.
I
It's,
just changed it just
Steve
to my
Harvey.
girlfriend. It used to be my girlfriend.
And
And
it's crazy because that, even at the time, that
You
was
ever work
probably
with
already a 20-year-old picture
I
of
know,
Steve
but
Harvey.
it's so HD. It's
Yeah.
so good, so clear.
dude,
But
he's
now
so
that like
sick.
you can't turn it off. Oh, that's beautiful.
That was on Christmas, which I celebrate now. Can I see that thing, dude? Did you celebrate Christmas? Is your girlfriend?
she is a Gentile.
You started.
Well, this
with
year was
her?
great. It was both things at once.
Our
The
thing isn't
fire
good.
and Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. Our tree.
I hope it
caught on
turns
fire.
out that this started because of a menorah. If it was a menorah that started the fires,
We can't take that right now.
Yeah.
Dude, how great
I wouldn't
is
say
this
anything,
Indian
but I
thing?
would be doing a lot of smirking.
This last year,
The
it's
amount
been
of smirking I would be doing.
This last year has been Jew, and now the Indians are taking the heat.
Oh, for the visas.
yeah, check out these guys.
Yeah.
Look at Vivek. He's pooping on the street or whatever they're saying about them.
Yeah.
Thank God it took the heat off the Jews for 5 seconds.
I'll tell you, the government efficiency office are going to blow all the money on all the ink they got to spend on business cards. The Parks Department's head by like two top with Rajanda Jandian, the Dan Delandalon. Where's their Ellis Island? They should have to. If any
Houston,
group of people
Texas.
should have to go through Ellis Island, it's the Indians.
What?
with new like shorter last.
Can you
names.
imagine? Yeah. Can you
yeah.
imagine them? An Indian guy trying. There's an Italian guy that's like, Vito Virigliori, and they're like Joe Smith, you know, and then
Yeah.
an Indian guy.
Yeah, they should all be named Steve Harvey.
And they're like,
dude.
"What's your name?" And he goes, "You know, before."
Yeah, he has to take the team.
Who's the NSA guy?
Huh?
Do you, the NSA guy?
Cash
Cash
Patel.
Patel.
Cash
Yeah.
Patel.
Yeah.
dude.
That guy's all. Anytime you see a picture of him, he's like fucked up.
Yeah, his eyes
He looks
are
like Gary
bugging
Busey
out,
just
yeah.
whispered something to him. He's like what the fuck, dude?
I'm getting excited for the second time around.
We're in a very funny moment right now.
I'm
where
getting
it's like,
excited.
It's
I'm
gonna
starting to
get
get
so
hyped.
crazy in like a week.
Buying
Trump
Greenland.
retweeted some like Jeffrey Sachs like clip like just yesterday, and it'll be interesting to see. He's gonna drive everyone insane.
We're gonna
with the Middle
go.
East.
We're gonna invade.
He's
Mexico.
gonna fucking his opinion. Whatever our policy is gonna be fucking nuts with the
Yep.
Middle East.
Yep.
It's gonna be like pro Al Qaeda, anti-Israel. You know,
Yeah, I mean, even beyond foreign. I mean, like just the Greenland thing has just got me hyped, and the Gulf of America thing got me
that
hyped.
kind of makes sense though.
Yeah, what's going on over there?
We should have Greenland.
Does it ever piss you off how big like Siberia is?
Well,
It's
someone
just
made
such
a great
a
point that
it's
like
nothing.
he probably only thinks of Greenland in like the flat map where
Yeah,
it looks
yeah,
like
he
a,
thinks
a
it's
third
huge.
of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What could we even do up there?
You put missiles there.
Well, it's
Sick.
also all melting, so it'll be like new trade routes. I think that's what it's
It'll be
about.
actually Greenland.
Yeah.
But we should have Greenland.
Yeah, why
It
not?
belongs to what, like Denmark or
Denmark.
some
Belongs to
bullshit?
Denmark.
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck are they doing with it?
Yeah, they don't
Well,
deserve
there,
it. Honestly,
it was an episode in Borgen.
Was
a
that
show
like
I watch
Bosch?
on. It's like Danish West Wing, a show
Oh,
I got
okay.
into during
Really?
COVID. I really
Yeah.
liked
do they
it.
have a Toby and stuff?
It's not like one for one.
It's not one for
It
one.
should be.
But
Yeah.
but they do. She does have an advisor,
And they're like
yeah.
fresh the fruit.
Toby, have you seen my cuckoo clock?
I've been going back
Where are
through
my
West Wing.
clogs, Toby?
I've been going back through just to remember when times were nice.
It's the
You know?
nothing's changed.
That's my liberal woman.
You watch West Wing and it's like all the same shit.
No, it's not. It's like, should kids wear uniforms at
People are-
school?
people
it's like
are-
it's
people
the
are-
lamest issue. Should gay guys go to the army?
It's like the closet. The closet
Now it's
door
like,
is
should we
slightly
invade
closed, going back 20 years, and that's it.
What's
the rest
that?
of it, the social issues are the fucking same. Everything's
What
the
are
same.
you talking? It's just like it's all nothing issues. It's like nice to hear about.
It's gun control. It's drugs. It's fucking
Gun control, I guess, that's
yeah,
one.
like LGBT stuff. Q didn't exist at the time.
Gay guys, now the army is all gay guys.
Isn't it crazy that queer got like reappropriated?
It is weird.
There's an like
queer
in like string theory or something. There's like a universe that exists like right here, where it's LGBTF. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's another timeline where we're just
another
like,
slur.
Yeah. And they're like, we're like I'm not. Well, I identify as. You know what I mean? But there, you can't. If you say they're like, don't
say that. But
I majored
in the other. You know,
I majored in culture.
Yeah. In the
theory,
alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Where everyone has a cool '80s mullet, but everything else is the same. Except that's also different.
Queer is the bad word.
And queer is the bad word.
Yeah.
Which we should bleep because right now we're talking in the context of
we're in that universe.
Right. Yeah.
We're in the quantum. realm.
That would be great if there was like they got to like season 35 of Quantum Leap, and that was the episode.
The N word is a good word.
Yeah, where everybody, where white people are called the N word.
Just keep remembering.
White people are called the N word.
And Scott Bakula being like, "Why is everybody calling me?"
Well, he closes the mirror. And he's white.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay, what am I talking about? Cornbread.
I got to try one of these for the new Wallace and Gromit movie.
Cornbread makes organic THC gummies that are 100% legal. Swap alcohol for a guilt-free option. It's worked for a lot of people. Dry January, New Year's resolutions, healthier choices in 2025, going beyond the resolutions. Guys, in 2024, it was reported that more people now use THC than drink daily. More people are rethinking their relationship with alcohol, looking to drink less, but still have fun. And Cornbread's organic THC gummies offer a better way to hang out, celebrate, relax without a hangover. Cornbread was great. I remember I saw There Will Be Blood on it.
Did I ever tell you this? We're gonna spruce up the Cornbread THC read by telling a story. Have you ever met the comic Jake Young?
No.
He probably would have been doing stand up around your time in New York. Yeah, he was a DC guy. He was a funny guy. He was a big fat guy, but he was like one of those like nerd comedians.
Okay.
He would do like comic book comedy and stuff like that. And he got an opportunity to open for Brian Posehn.
Because his dick looked like...
That's the big leagues.
Exactly, because he looked like Patton Oswalt, and Brian Posehn was like, "You remind me of my friend's penis," or however Brian talks.
Or my penis.
And said, "Yo, right.
My own penis."
Yeah. You look like my penis.
You remind me of my own penis.
He said it. He said, "You look like my penis."
Well, you heard Brian Posehn, smokes weed or whatever. And so he asked our friend Jordan to like roll him a joint so that in the green room he could be like, "You fucking want to smoke weed or whatever?" To Brian Posehn to seem cool. And, he's like a nerd, so he had Jordan roll the joint a month in advance.
Okay.
And so he was holding on to the Brian Posehn joint that he would present in the green room to show that he smoked weed. And then he went to go see, I think it was Wall-E. I think Wall-E was the movie they went to go see in the movie theater. And like Jordan was like, "Do you smoke weed at all?" And he's like, "No." And he was like, "I think you should probably try to smoke weed first." So he's like, "Well, but I only have the Brian Posehn joint." He's like, "I'll roll you another joint, dude." And so he smokes the Brian Posehn joint, and I guess he's upset about smoking his special Brian Posehn joint. So they're in Wall-E.
He's being a baby,
and he's not feeling very good. And he had to leave halfway through the movie because he thought the people sitting next to him were texting the police that he was high.
He's an adult man.
He was like 29.
Yeah.
Wait, is it true that Doug Benson started smoking weed at like 53 years old or something?
Yeah.
That now it's his whole thing.
Yeah, I really don't trust like anybody that starts late.
But he was doing the marijuana logs. Like,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Doug Benson is old as shit, though.
Yeah.
He was Adam Sandler's roommate, right?
He's like, I think he's like 85.
He was Shecky Green's roommate.
Yeah, he's old.
Yeah.
Him and Dick Gregory were contemporaries.
He used to... okay, guys.
Is Mort Saul dead yet?
Hopefully.
I have no idea.
Guys, I used to have a glass of wine at night, but recently I've been trying something new, and that's cornbread. It's America's only USDA organic THC gummy, 1-to-1 ratio of THC to CBD, real THC, no synthetics, 100% legal hemp, fast and free shipping. Guys, alcohol doesn't have to be your default anymore, whether you're doing dry January or just looking for a healthier way to relax and have a guilt-free time. You got to try Cornbread's THC gummies right now. my show's the Adam Friedland Show listeners can save 30% off
Every
their first
time
order.
you say the name, it grows on me a little bit more.
You like the name?
Cornbread THC. Because initially it's like,
I just think of that movie Life.
Cornbread shouldn't be.
Do you remember that movie Life
texture.
with Eddie Murphy?
But then then you associate it with getting high.
Yeah.
And you're like, actually,
Cornbread is delicious.
It is.
it's awesome.
Okay,
And it's cheap too. That's the best part. And anyone can make it.
and you can have it during dinner, even though it's kind of a little desserty.
Yeah.
Listeners can save 30.
Although I don't really like sweet cornbread.
I like it with jalapeno and cheese.
Oh yeah.
That's the move.
I like it just plain.
So anyway, guys, you can save.
I like it with a glass of wine. I know I'm not supposed to say that.
Yeah.
No, come on. You're not supposed to say it. This is instead of a glass of
Making
wine.
yourself a cornbread dinner with a glass of red wine.
Just what I like.
I like it with cornbread THC gummies.
You take the macaw out of the cage, you set it
Yeah.
down at the dinner table,
You light your candelabra. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, you
you
save
open your time lock safe when you pull out the latest Garfield comic, the one you're allowed a day.
Oh, the trades. I'm reading the trades.
Yes, Garfield.
Listeners can save 30% off your first order. Just head to cornbreadhemp.com/TAFS. Use code TAFS at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/TAFS. Use code TAFS. Cornbread Hemp. This is the good life. Okay, thanks, Cornbread. And we're back. So you're weed? You're like really into it, or
No, I used to be, but
Yeah,
I
me
kind of
too.
chilled on that. But I actually have been getting fed a lot of like crow and raven content on my social media.
Oh, okay.
Like people who have like ravens as pets.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
They're very smart birds.
yeah, like I'm kind of intrigued. I don't want to like make that my whole identity, which I think it would become.
We
but-
found I found a hurt bird when we were in Canada. It got hit by a car.
went
It was
viral.
in the middle of the street. Yeah,
What kind of bird?
it was a crow.
Uh-huh.
And then all the other crows were in the trees screaming, and the thing was like stunned in the street. So I took it out of the street, and I was like, I don't know what to do with it. So we found an animal hospital down the block, and so I took it to the animal
and
hospital.
they snapped its neck.
They did. They
Yeah,
probably killed it
immediately.
as soon as
Yeah,
I brought it
yeah.
in there. But they were like,
Seagal-
So it's
Seagal style.
like
yeah.
I
a
like
bird
doing that.
chiropractor.
Yeah.
I think I showed them. I talked to them for a second. I think they said that the bird was just like in shock. It didn't look like
Yeah.
it was like seriously hurt. It just got dinged.
Yeah.
But I like to imagine that bird somewhere. Like if I were in the fires in Los Angeles,
You'd go for the bird.
I'd be like, "What is?" Well, they would come and
Yeah.
fucking
God, a
Oh,
lot.
save you.
save me,
Yeah.
and then I'd be flying off.
Well,
with
crows famously hold grudges, like generationally.
Yeah.
They'll teach their children to hate you
Yeah.
But they also remember if
if you're nice to them.
Yeah.
Also, the
especially a Canadian crow.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also a group of them is called a rape.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? A rape of crows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the other.
Why are you
A downloading pornography of crows. I think that's what it's called.
I don't know what the etymology is to that.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I think that's what it is.
I
right?
think it's probably
yeah.
a pedophile of crows.
What is a downloading pornography of crows? Birds for 800.
Yeah, no, you're.
Show me your bird for 800. No, that's wrong. Challenge.
Okay.
Challenge.
This is the first challenge in Jeopardy history.
Sir.
Just pull out a gun and shoot Ken Jennings. 3, 2, 1. Just
It's
it's
a
like a
duel,
black smoke
yeah.
rifle. Just fucking, just a
Miss?
Gaston gun with the bell on the end. Just kill some Asian lady that's a producer. Challenge failed. Okay.
All right.
You say challenge failed after you kill the lady.
Challenge failed.
I'm sorry. This is my first time on Jeopardy.
You say it sadly.
This is my first time. I've never been on fucking Jeopardy
know the
before.
rules.
I never seen the show, dude.
I thought it was fucking The Most Dangerous Suitcase with Howie Mandel.
That was that suitcase crap. I remember when I was in college. I took a bus here and I saw you do stand up.
Really?
This is like years ago
That's crazy.
at Big Terrific.
At Big Terrific.
Yeah, it was. And
Where was it? Was that at Cameo?
No, it was like in the back of what was that the name of? There was a back of a bar in Brooklyn.
It's like where Vice is now. Vice bought that whole
I didn't
area.
realize Vice still existed.
I don't know. I don't know if it's still Vice, but yeah, Vice bought that all and destroyed it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Vice is just, that whole era is just gone.
Yeah.
And I don't think people will ever be nostalgic about it or care about it.
About what?
I don't know, like 2010s,
Williamsburg?
2010s, fucking.
Oh no, for me that was the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
Oh,
that was Hate Ashbury 1969 to me.
You know, it's crazy. I think about this all the time. Like, nobody refers to this as the 20s. That's
Yeah.
already taken. This is just bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just
You could-
perpetual
the
bullshit.
the last decade.
When I was 21, I was like, man, I'm going to be like a 20s guy. I imagined myself, I had like a big
thought it was
roadster.
Zoot Suit?
Right.
Yeah, no, I thought that.
you
I
gotta
thought it would
curl
come
your
back.
mustache, I think.
I
Yeah.
hate that. I don't like the way it feels.
But that was happening 2009 Williamsburg. There was like a penny farthing style of
Yeah,
town.
but it was a mishmash of all sorts of things. Like the pants were too high. It was weird.
You
It
did
was.
that book of them.
I did. Yeah, that era was very good to me. Yeah.
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 Where you got groupies off of Look at This Fucking Hipster blog.
I didn't get
There were
group-
chicks
no,
that were like,
no,
that's
I got an Urban Outfitters book out of it.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That in 2009 Urban Outfitters.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean that's peak.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Urban Outfitters are still around. There's like one or two of them. I think.
No, they're still around.
They're
yeah.
still around. They're still
Yeah.
very good.
You can steal. It's like Hudson News.
I always thought it'd be cool to go there. You go there with like $500, dude, and you buy every album there to create the sickest record collection of all time. People come over like, oh my god, dude, the Pink Floyd Ass.
You got Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd Ass album. You have Pink Floyd's Ass, Asses by Pink Floyd, and Metallica. Oh my god!
There was a Ween album when I was in like 6th grade.
Great
that
band.
Made me so horny. It was just like it was the first time I'd ever seen what do you call it, like Australian cleavage or whatever.
What is that?
It's like the bottom of the boob.
Oh, under boob.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was called Australian.
That's
Oh,
maybe-
'cause it's like-
maybe
I thought
that's-
that was
maybe
called
that's
the
remade.
Because it's
Nanette.
down
I
under.
thought-
the Nanette cleavage.
Because it's down under.
Yeah.
The Nanette cleavage.
So that was like I feel like that was my version of the Ass album was the Ween album.
What am I? You know what I'm talking about? That with all the women's
Yeah, that was a
asses?
famous poster.
Oh, it's whatever.
That was a poster in
fucking
college.
thing is.
All their
That was like a
albums.
Of all their
stoner.
albums,
That was a
right,
stoner
right,
dorm room
right,
poster.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Bob Marley with a
Yeah, yeah,
lion
yeah.
coming out of the back of his head,
Uh-huh.
and then like chicks with. I don't think that was one of the
A
albums.
glow in the dark gnome.
Yeah, I know, but I remember when I saw you go up, you were working at Maury at the time. You were
Uh-huh.
talking about it.
Yeah, that was.
You worked at Maury?
I was an intern at the Maury Povich show.
Oh, interesting.
I love that show so much.
Yeah. It
dude.
was. Yeah, it was great.
Do you remember when the internet was just memes that just described what the picture was? There was no joke.
Mhm.
And I remember there was one that was like, when you a Jewish N-word and you got the baddest Asian chick and the hood still fuck with you.
I
And
feel
it
like
was just
that,
a picture of
that
Maury.
meme could have just been the picture of Maury and then just the N-word.
Yeah.
And it would work the same. The N-word's doing all the lifting.
Was
and
he? Was
Maury
he?
called me gay in front of like a crowd.
Everyone,
Did he crush?
everyone come
Oh,
into
did he
the
crush?
room real
He
quick. I have
crushed?
something to say to Joe.
No, it was
Why
like
did-
during a
why-
taping.
Why
You're
did he call,
gay.
he called you gay while he was on stage?
Yeah, like so.
Wait, the audience did?
The audience.
Did he read it off a little piece of paper he pulled out of an envelope?
No, so what it was it was a no, it was not pretty close actually. You open up the envelope.
You're gay.
the results are in.
Your parents are crying.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad's like,
Some
look,
black
his
guy
face.
celebrating.
I knew it. I knew it. No, so it was a Geek to Chic episode, which is like when
It was a G's to Gents episode.
yeah. And so we were told by the producers, my friends and I were sitting in the front row, and we were told to like cheer for the women when they like walked by.
When the hot version.
The hot version when they would strut by in their bikinis. Or
Did you
whatever.
boo the ugly version?
So no, the hot one. I just like I was doing a bit where I was like I was pretending to be frightened of them. Like
He
they
called
walked
you
by,
gay.
and then he stopped. He stopped the taping, and he was getting his like makeup done. So he came out with like wearing a makeup bib, and was like, Joe, like she's a beautiful woman. Stop acting gay. And then the whole crowd was like, oh. Oh, yes, it was.
And the hood fucked with that.
Yeah, well, they it didn't make the air, but it was
should've left
core
that.
memory. It was hilarious.
I would have killed myself.
Do you ever see? Do you remember when Sean Patton and Sean O'Connor and a different guy went on Tyra Banks' show?
Oh, the It's the Thing guys. Yeah.
And they had like Sean O'Connor had like a whale puppet, and then like they were like trying to set comedians up. Like it was like women have a hard time meeting guys, so we got 3 comedians,
right?
Because women say a sense of humor, and so then they all acted as weird as possible. So like Sean Patton goes to a bar with somebody. He's like,
so funny.
He's like, yeah, I want to pitch some jokes I'm working on. And the jokes are like just the most offensive, thing. He's
so
like,
prolapse.
He's like, so this black bitch is, it's like, it's like, I forget what it was. But I brought it up to him one time and he was like mortified.
Yeah.
But it was so funny.
A friend of a friend, her brother, was a producer on Tyra. And they had an episode where a lady had 2 vaginas. And so Tyra talked to her. And then they got all these like letters and calls that like they were like, I also have 2 vaginas. And so they had a follow-up episode. And he told me that the intro, Tyra was like looking at camera and she goes, behind me I have 9 women and 18 vaginas. Apparently she's a nut.
Do you ever see the one where she like it was like April Fool's Day and she pretends she got bit by a dog? She like tells this. She comes out and she's acting all like shaken up, and she tells the crowd.
It wasn't a good show because
she
comes off like heartless. She just seems like she doesn't really care about anybody,
and nor does she like know how anything works. Yeah, so she's just acting strangely, but it's April Fool's Day or whatever, so everyone knows that like it's a like she's doing a bit,
but it's not even a good.
And then she goes, I'm sorry, I just need some water, and then you see her like take a pill.
Oh, she
like,
throws up blood.
No, it was just like Alka-Seltzer. She started
foaming
in her mouth and then barking at people in the audience, and everyone was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there was one episode where they had like it was a guy that worked on the show. It was like either an intern or producer or something that wanted to propose to his girlfriend, and so he decided to propose to her on the show, but they were going to trick her, and so they film it where he goes to like meet up with her, and then he starts breaking up with her on camera, and this woman's like reacting, and then he's like, actually, I'm just kidding. Like, do you want to get engaged? And she's just like, what?
Yeah.
Did
he yell Tyra prank? Because that was what she yelled.
I don't recall her yelling Tyra prank. I remember being like, I was a kid and I saw it and I'm like, this is fucked up. Yeah, I mean, it's like stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, it's like that era was really good, but I think someone died from Jenny Jones, so they had to like pull it back.
That was before that though.
Was that before that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like, but that's like for me. It was
and that gets pinned on Jenny Jones, and it's not even really like her fault.
No,
it's like those guys were gay with each other. They were butt fucking each other anyways. And then
what they were doing?
Yeah, and then one of them took it
one
too
of them
far.
outed the other, right? That was what the guy
said. I have a crush on you.
Yeah, he was like, I have a crush
Right.
on my straight friend. But they were like, they flew there together. I think it's like, I got something to tell you on Jenny Jones.
They
were
was
fucking each
going on
other in the
Jenny
hotel, and they went on the show.
Oh, so yeah.
There was a show called Richard Bay.
I think it was like a Nancy Pelosi's husband kind of situation. It wasn't.
He with a hammer.
Yeah, it was a date gone wrong.
Yeah.
And they blamed it on Jenny Jones.
Just like the Pelosi thing. There was a show called Richard Bay that ruled because it was very similar to, it was very like, Jerry Springer, that type of show. But then it always ended. It then just turned into like Double Dare, where they had to like work together to win a prize.
Oh, it was a game show also.
Yeah, at the very end. So they would be like just dysfunctional families yelling at each other, and then it was like, well, we have a kiddie pool full of pudding, and if you work together
and you find
win
the prize,
yeah, and they like would do it. It was
probably actually worked.
Yeah,
it probably like resolved.
That's like a form of therapy people need to try.
Yeah, no, I would just always associate those shows with being sick at home from school, because those shows were on all day long, and just like being in 4th grade and watching Jerry Springer and being like, this is awesome. Like this lady is cheating on her boyfriend. Like, yeah. But I've missed that man every day. He was truly the best.
Yeah, the Steve Wilkos show was pretty good.
That one was a kind of peak.
Yeah,
it was like
he took what really worked about
really
Jerry
worked, but then it was
Springer.
also so produced. I remember they had an episode where there was a guy that was like, it was like the title of the episode was, I'm not going to stop having sex with my
And then then he takes the chair away
of crows. That's
and
one
then
of
he brings
the 12-year-old daughter.
he brings on the guy, Steve Wilkos, and the guy's like, I'm not gonna stop. And Steve Wilkos just like takes a chair, and his thing was throwing the chair into the.
Well, he'd say that you don't have a chair
into the
anymore.
flats, and like having the chair stick into the flats.
It's impressive.
So like the chair, and then he'd go, "Get the hell off my show!"
Yeah,
and it's like, well,
you're inviting him
why
on.
you bring him on the show
Yeah.
in the first place?
There's someone's job is to get him tickets.
You were saying some shit about how like people would call and just say hello, Maury. Like,
that
people
that was
thought
my
that
job was the
Maury
800
was taking
number.
the calls.
Like, hey Maury, what's up? That was I couldn't handle the phone calls because they were so like it was too intimate, too fucked
sad.
up. It was too sad.
Yeah.
And so they were like, well, we have a whole room of Maury's mail that no one's
personal
read.
mail,
yeah,
or
like
fan-
letters, like the letters that. So my job, because no one else would do it, I got to sit in a room on a couch and open up letters and read them, and then put them into bins that were categorized by show genre. So it'd be like,
drawings of Maury's penis, drawings of Patton Oswalt's penis.
Yeah. I mean,
Brian
one bin was just
Then Maury comes in. Who the fuck mixed up the Patton and Brian Posehn penis drawings?
It was most of them, yeah.
They have each other's penises. How many times do I have to tell you this? It was that wasn't it?
It was Joe Man.
It was that
What if
we got Maury, you can't say that. At tonight's show, we have a man from another dimension where means queer.
Is he a cool guy?
He was. I mean, like everyone was terrified of him, but like, I think he weirdly remembered me as the gay intern, but also because I was the only person who like was brave enough to like knock on his door and ask for a photo with him, because we were told like don't look like looking at it.
Don't look at the king.
Yeah. But he was cool. I got a photo with him.
He's funny.
He's
I mean,
just
it
like
was funny when he called you a.
It was cool. That was hilarious. But I was hoping that they'd keep it in, but then we had to reshoot it, and I had to like.
Hell yeah!
They're like, yeah.
You should have taken it too far. You should have just started masturbating. Everyone's shocked, and you just quietly ejaculate on the floor. You go, what?
I'm not
As
gay.
it
I'm not gay.
continues to seep out onto the floorboards. What?
Crying and saying I'm not gay.
What did I do wrong? I've never had a job before.
I'm an intern.
I'm 31 years old, and this is my first job out of law school.
I just got this American Apparel front zip hoodie because I'm trying to make it a nerd comedy.
Oh God!
We'll
watch my special. Watch my special.
Watch Joe's special
on Hulu, please.
What's your radio thing?
Well, you guys talk about the movie Radio a lot.
Oh, Nick loves the movie Radio.
So I haven't been able to use this idea ever. So this is my platform.
This is the place.
Mm-hmm. I had an idea for a sequel to Radio.
Okay.
Where Radio has a younger brother who is even
Video.
more. Yeah. Well, no. Well, I don't even. Yeah, his name could be Video.
Mm-hmm.
Even more developmentally challenged.
Oh, even more.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
And the whole movie is Video trying to convey something to Radio, and they're both just a lot's going on, but he cannot communicate this message, and eventually Radio realizes that Video has gender dysphoria, and he helps him get a transition, and it's Radio to Trans Sister.
Oh, okay. All right.
You could have sold that, I think, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
I think they would have thrown money at that 6 years ago.
I should have done it then. Shit.
Yeah. If that didn't win an Oscar, I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I mean,
we live
that's
in the most racist country, but Trump wins.
Trump.
If the trans radio
Trump's gonna get
movie
reelected.
Yeah.
Trans radio.
Trans Sister Radio.
Uh-huh.
All right, thanks for joining us, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Joe.
Thank you.